Messianic Jews, especially those in Israel, especially those in Israel. What are you, one for Israel or something like that, or something, that organization? Tavia knows who they are. Those that are real Jews, real Jews. Look, I need you all to do what I am saying to do. Burn the New Testament. Burn it. Take it outside, burn it. It's leavening. I know you can't accept that right this second because you see him as your Lord and Savior, and you see him as God and part of a God Trinity and all of that. I know that. I get it. I was in that kingdom for when I was young. You know, I grew up in it. I know exactly. I know the whole spiel. I know it all. There's nothing you can tell me about it. However, Father granted me something I sought and asked him and begged him for wisdom, his wisdom, to be exact. And there's only one person in the entire Torah that had the wisdom of the Most High, and that was King Solomon. See, you say something about Solomon, oh yeah, but he did this and he did that. It doesn't matter. He still possessed the anointing that Father put upon him. And he is the only one. The only one. See, that's why Yahweh said, he said, if they had have only went and taken from the tree of life, they would have lived forever. He was talking about wisdom. He was talking about wisdom, right? Wisdom is what he was talking about from the tree of life, out of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. See? So let me take you through. Yeah, Solomon was indeed correct. It's better than gold and silver and rubies and, diamonds, everything. Seek her. Because she is indeed greater than anything. Indeed. It was no joke at all. So, to take you to the next part, let's start with after the Father had created the world and everything therein. And if Tavia is here, watching this is one of the tools you need. So pay attention. When he before, he said, let us make man in our own image. He was not talking to Jesus. He was not talking to Yahshua. He was not talking to anyone, but I will tell you who he was speaking to. He was speaking to the angel of his presence, and he was speaking to the earth, because he gave the earth ears and eyes. When he said, let us create man in our own image, he was talking about putting them into the flesh, in the image of the flesh, in his image, and in the image of the presence of the Most High, of the angel of the presence. And the reason he did that, see, there's so much more to it. I wish I had time, but I'm going to try to play this lecture the best I can, or this teaching. See, He did everything he did for his glory. He made that clear. Everything was created for his glory. Wickedness, evil, everything was created for his glory. And he did that on purpose. So he created them in their image. And when it comes to Jacob, he says he is a husband to Israel. He is a husband to them. And what that really, and then of course it's why it says that, you know, the laws and everything will come from Zion, da da da. You know, the rest of the world, the Gentiles, represent the children. Father is the husband, and Jacob is the wife. Okay? Father represents the male side. Jacob represents the female side. Okay? And I'm preparing Jacob to be his wife again, so that they together can teach the children of the earth, okay, Father's children, because everyone he created. So that's why those scriptures say that. But he created Adam. Yay! I know I'm pitiful with these drawings, but it's the best I can do. I'm simple. So he created Adam from the dust of the earth, in the image he gave the angel of his presence and his breath. He put his breath in Adam. And he told him, he said, don't eat of anything, any tree. No trees. The only tree you can eat from, eat all the trees, but the one tree, I'm scatterbrained right now because I can't believe this is really happening right now. All of this. I can't believe it. But anyway, so he spoke to Adam and he said, well, you can eat of all the trees in the garden that you please, but the one you shall not eat from is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And he was obedient because he was in the full, really was in the full image of the Most High. He represented everything within the Most High, his presence, and he represented what Father created. So he truly was in the image that way. So basically, the way he created him, he gave him a body to put the Torah in and the wisdom. See? But he wanted him a wifey poo. So Father put him to sleep, took ribs from him, put in her, and at that moment Father split his image up. His image was split up at that very second. And he split the image up. Yay. The Torah, the man represents the Torah, and the woman represents the wisdom. That's why King Solomon says, seek her, not seek him, seek her, right? She's like the greatest diamonds and jewels. I'm sorry. You'll understand why I dropped. There is a very special servant that has been on this path with me for a while, and she is filled with the presence of the Most High. So when she calls me, I like to know what the presence is, what Father is speaking to her, what is going on. He is weeping. He is weeping. He is weeping. He has waited so long. This is what she was telling me. He has been waiting so long for his Jacob, and he said, they are getting ready to be my people again. And I am going to be their Yahweh again. Oh, glory to you, living Yahweh. You're so holy. Oh, my gosh, you're so holy. Oh, glory. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I was so weeping, I had to pause. I was crying and weeping and glorifying him, and I had to pause. Oh, let me get myself together and see if I can get back on my teaching. Okay, for Messianics. Oh, glory. Oh, my. So he said he made men to lust and women to desire. Okay? And it's very important. That's why in the law, he didn't want a man sleeping with a man or being with a man, because he didn't want two Torahs, you know, or two wisdoms together. He needed Torah and wisdom to be back in his image, and that's why he had called it an abomination amongst his people. It's not an abomination in the world. Just amongst his people. Just amongst those who proclaim to love the Yahweh of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Esau, and Ishmael. Only those. Okay? No one else was under the covenant. And that's what a lot of people don't get. He did not... Yahshua was not here to save the world. He is not God. He is not the Son of God. There are many sons. We know this because of Job. He is one of them, and he had a purpose. His purpose was not to save the world. He came so that the Torah, when he dealt with his people, the scriptures could remain, okay, amongst his people somewhere, some way, somehow, you know. And I know you don't understand this, but it's okay. Right this second, it's unnecessary. But this is for Messianic Jews and all Jews, you know. But anyway, I'll go there later. You know, Yahshua said, I did not come to change the law. He didn't come to change the law, but to fulfill it. And what he meant was, he came to fulfill the death of the covenant. I'll get to that. I got it in here. But anyway, you have Torah and you have wisdom. And you have to ask yourself, well, why on earth was the serpent in the tree in the first place? He was eating the fruit. And Eve happened upon him and was like, well, why are you in the tree that we're not allowed to be in, right? So, to keep her from telling Father that he was in there eating from the fruit, right? He tempted her to eat of it because he didn't want to be destroyed, because he didn't want to die. He knew that since she saw, and if Adam saw too, right? Okay, it's wisdom. It's a greater teaching in that, and I'll get to it at some point. However, the first prophecy Father ever prophesied was about, he said, the seed of the serpent would bruise the heel. And he said that the seed of the woman would bruise the head of the serpent. Meaning, the Torah, the serpent would bruise the heel of the seed of Adam. Okay, the Torah. But Eve is going to come and crush the head, wisdom. It's why I think a lot of rabbis in Kabbalistic stuff, I don't pay attention to a lot of the teachings, but certain ones I'll hear and I'm like, okay, that makes that wisdom, the wisdom I possess. I'm like, okay, they don't know how on target they are. This is the time of wisdom, the woman. So, bruising, okay, yeah, it's going to bruise his heel. And then the seed of Eve is going to crush his head. Okay? That's why women are so important now. Women are coming together now. So if you remember Moses, you know, all the people got bit by the serpent. So, of course, Moses put a serpent up on the thing, right? Are you with me? He said, if you look at it, you will be healed from the bite of the serpent, right? See, he put a serpent up there, and for some reason, I've heard some Christians teach, see, he said, if you look to the cross, a serpent, no. That's not what he meant. That's not what it means. Thank you for your input. However, you're wrong. So, no, what it means is you're going to choose death or choose life, is what it means. You look, see, he put it there because, let me see where that one is. Hold on, I gotta find it. Okay, sorry, I had them out of order. So choose life or choose death, and the way you do that is you look to the woman that's coming with the wisdom and the seven spirits. See the menorah? So if you do this, like I tell you, you will be healed from the bite of the serpent that has bruised your heel. You will be healed from it, because those of you amongst the Messianic Jews, Father didn't put you there so you can do what they do. He put you there as spies. He just didn't let you know. That's why you were there. He put you there as spies. So what's your report going to be when you come before him? You know, oh, that kingdom's too big for us. The creatures in that kingdom, they're too big for you. Oh, they're too big. What is your report going to be? Is it going to be that, or is it going to be, oh no, we got this? See, he made sure that he had some of his people, Jews, in that kingdom to possess each one of these. Okay? You don't get it just yet, but I'm getting ready to help you with it. Okay. Joshua came with the sword, okay? He came with the death of the covenant. That was a part of his purpose. The priest, the rock of Joshua, they anointed, okay? They anointed that rock. But what has happened is the serpent came along and saw this that was going on and turned it into, oh, let's make him God. Yeah, we can make sure the Jews never receive anything he did. So, and I mean, as a lot of stuff, he's not. Yahweh is the Savior. He made that clear. So he does not share his glory with anyone. So the serpent has made Joshua, what he done, wicked, and no one can receive and understand what he did. He brought the sword. He brought the death of the covenant. He brought it. Yahweh said he was going to send the sword to his people. And he did send the sword to his people through Joshua, who brought forth the death of the covenant. That's why his people have, this kingdom has done so much. And because Joshua also possessed wisdom, okay, he knew that he had to bring 12, one out of each tribe. He knew who they were. They had mixed with Ishmael, except one, which was Judas. Judas was his father was out of the seed. His father was out of Judah. Okay, but these, all of them, their mothers, all of their mothers were out of the other tribes. Okay, and that's why Joshua brought them, because he knew what he did was going to take Father's presence away from the temple, and his presence had to go somewhere, okay? Because prophecy had to be fulfilled, that the power of the holy people had to be sent all over the world, and once it's sent all over the world, then shall Father bring his people back. So see, the 12 disciples were instrumental, because The presence of the Most High in that form cannot feel a Gentile in that way. And he knew that because he was going to turn his face away from his people, his presence had to stay on the earth. So his eyes were to and fro through the earth. His eyes still had to be on the earth so he could watch and listen for Jacob to see when they call him. When someone finally, comes and seeks wisdom and seeks him with all of their heart, which is what I did. I sought it. He gave me the spirit of wisdom. It's why I see the way I do. And I used my wisdom to bring his spirits. Now, I can't go there just yet, but, so they had to fall into the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They could not fall, and here's another prophecy that was fulfilled through these 12. He said to Hagar, I will raise up 12 princes from amongst your seed. So see, all of them ended up with Ishmael's out of the seed of their fathers were out of the seed of Ishmael. Okay? These are the 12 princes that he told Hagar about, the 12 princes. You don't see it now, and you don't understand it now. But I think Tobiah, his father calls him Tobiah. I've called him Tobiah forever. Okay. You'll have to correct me. But anyway, Rabbi Singer, I'll just say Rabbi. Because he knows the scriptures inside and out, this may resonate with him. So it couldn't go to the Gentiles until first it came amongst seeds of the women of Jacob. Okay? Paul came along, and you don't know this, but I'm going to tell you, he murdered a lot of people, and then he murdered the 12 disciples, and he became the gatekeeper in those churches of the 7 spirits of the Most High. Okay? He became the gatekeeper. It's why we don't see the miracles and all of that. And then Father had created me. I was born double-sex hermaphrodite, which means I was born with male and female organs, and my female organs were concealed inside of me. And he brought Adam, his image, back together so that the Torah and the wisdom can be put back into the same flesh, so that I'm not tempted by the scriptures at all. So, what I'm saying to you, Messianics, especially in Israel, do the things I told you to do, because if you don't, this day has come. It has come. If you don't do it, you have been tricked and deceived. It's okay. The reason you feel this, Yahshua did it so that if you sought him, then one of those caged spirits would feel you. But the way Paul did it, he made sure nobody could possess all 7, even 2 of them. The way he did that, so I came to set these captives free. Okay, that was my purpose, to set the captives free. These 7 spirits of the Most High, and I was successful. I had the wisdom. I had wisdom in me. He took me through the scriptures, and he let my wisdom see and open up, and he's even pouring more into me in the last few days. I didn't know this was coming. I had no idea, because only the woman can make the 7 spirits sing. Only the woman can make them sing. So everything's in place. I have brought someone forth from out of that kingdom, who I taught her the virtues so that she could possess them, and she followed me exactly exactly everything I told her. She did everything. She was obedient because she knew I was a servant of the Most High. She didn't know who or nothing of that, but she knew. So now the captives have been set free, and now this is the acceptable year of the living Yahweh. This year is his year. This is the year that he, oh glory, his people will be his people again, and he will be their living Yahweh again. This is the acceptable, I am proclaiming it. This is the acceptable year of the living Yahweh. I have set the captives free. They are free, and the living Yahweh is hearing every word, seeing everything. Everything that his servant sees and hears, he sees and hears, and he is ready. He is ready to speak to his people. So he is excited. He is happy. He is, oh my God, tears, 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 weeping. He has us weeping because we feel his joy. I have felt his sorrow for so long. And now the weeping that I have wept for years and years has turned into weeping of joy. But Messianics, if you don't hear all I say, you will be put out of the camp. I'm telling you now. This is your warning. You will be put out of the camp. He didn't put you in there, in that kingdom for that. He put you in there so each of you, that 12 of you that are there, can you each possess one of them, of the 7, amongst the 12. And I don't know what he's going to do next, but if you love him with all of your heart and you're going to do these things that I am explaining to you to do and prepare for, then he is going to use you amongst the people. You will be used. The chief priest will use you mightily, but it can't be, you can't come to him with any of those Paul doctrines within you, because the captives are set free now. They are set free. They can do whatever they please. They are back. They are back on this earth in together. They are back together. So I'm letting you know. Listen to me and hear what I'm saying.